Alright guys and girls, welcome to episode 8 of the OEB Let's Play series on Conestoga. Now I have literally been playing this map all day to get it to here. It has been a long day. I've made a few changes. As you can see, the cows are now good. I sorted out their TMR, so they're happy. For now at least. Miserable buggers. Now I got rid of this shed. Remember that big shed there? Well, all the equipment that I have that I could have put in it wouldn't fit in that back part, so it was completely useless. It's basically the size of this shed that's there now, and we couldn't get in. All we could use was that front part. So I swapped it out for this. I think it's another NI modding. This away. Which one are you? Not shed 1, shed 6. NI modding, yeah. It's all on the mod list. Yeah. Figure that'll do us a lot better. We can make full use of it. It opens up the yard a bit more. Makes these triggers a little easier to get at. We've grabbed the car shirt pressure washer. Now, the biggest changes is the tillage equipment. I was in this for hours and not getting far. I swapped all 3 trailers out as well. Got a couple of these. Again, I really fell in love with these on Birchwood, and they do turn into silage trailers as well. They're a bit smaller, so maybe have a little more luck getting over the pits next time. But yeah. On FSUK they've released these bad boys. Now the textures aren't perfect, they're not AO'd, it's just a matte texture. But the size of the things is wicked. This version is the plough. It's actually scripted up as a plough. Awesome for doing these big fields. Not so great for realism, but for playing off camera you can get stuff done. Those little rotary ploughs were taking hours. I think I was on 6 hours and not even halfway through. It was just taking forever. But yeah, the 340 is the plough, and if we leg it down here, I can cheat here and show you. Group 4 has a new vehicle. The 52 is back, because it turns out the 76, well the 7000 series, was only as powerful as a fast track. I actually thought the 2.6 on the end, because it's a MR 7626, I thought the 2.6 meant 260. Nah. She's coming in at around 220, 230, so yeah, she's just as powerful as the fast tracks. Not really good for our big tillage. The Fent on the other hand is 300 brake, very happy machine. But yeah, we picked up the 52, she's back, and she loves it round here, she can stretch her legs. But just look at the size of the fields from here. Can't even see the other side of our newfangled one that we've made up. So yeah, this one is the cultivator, I believe it's the 330. Yes, 330 is the cultivator, 340 is the plough. Right, what else are we going to do? I need to send this guy back. He was literally just put the pressure washer now and run it up to the farm. Figured out, well not quite figured out why, but I've changed the key binding for courseplay so I can actually put him on courseplay now. I did screw up with the horses though for the BGA. It was not going to happen. Cannot record those courses with MR vehicles as they are at the minute to empty the silo, so I had to go onto a fresh save with this map, took this guy into an empty BGA, did the courses, made sure they worked, well on transfer mode anyway, then imported them into this save game. Just a matter of cutting and pasting. But we got there. Right. I set this guy up to try and do a little explanation of the wonderful mod that is GPS. Now, if you look at the screen, we have the green line. This is the one we follow. If you hold the control, you get your mouse up. Now you can work at an offset, which is for using, obviously the green line's your centre line, but if you're dragging a trailed mower, then this is how you work it. There's your reset. It says just there, if you watch just here, hover over them, tells you what to do. So that'll reset that. Now we want at the end of the field turn mode, which is this one. That'll stop him dead when he reaches the end of the field. This will auto turn him. Yeah, that one. I think that's auto. I'm not sure if you can do a manual turn anyway. So we'll try the manual turn. We'll leave that off. Yeah, automatic stop and turn. Well, we don't want that. We're going to do it ourselves. Because I've got turning on my paddle shifters on the steering wheel. Aha! Right, if you ever come across and you can't see your lines, it's that button there. initiate new course and the wheel pop back up, unless you've been using developer mode. These are the kind of lines that disappear when you start using developer mode. If I pressed F5 now, the only time these lines would show up again was if I had the collisions on or the lights on. If developer mode is off, these are off. But only comes into effect after you use it once. So if I don't touch F5, we're good. Alright, there's other ways of saving the courses, but you don't put a name to them. So it can get a little bit interesting. You save them to one, you've got to remember what's what. Shift parallels, I'm not sure how this works, I've not managed to figure it out. That is for doing field edges. It will turn 90 degrees, but I think it only goes one way, I think. Rotate the course, not played with them either. This is just all for turning it, I believe. Change lines. Ah, yeah, you can make them swap them about, look. Yeah, we'll keep the normal ones on, they work. Right, copy neighbour is if, well, basically you're in multiplayer, someone's doing a course on a field, you want to join in, help out, so one combined then becomes two. You drive up near him, hit copy course, all his settings will be loaded into yours, you're good to go. Right, but when you're here, all you do then is Control W, assuming you haven't changed your key bindings, and then hit 1, 2, 3 or 4, depending on what your implement can do. So I'm going to go for 1 to start with, and hit the B button there. And 1 is a little too fast, which means it's going to throw it off. We're up at 20 miles an hour. Oh my god. Why is speed 1 at 20 miles an hour? I can't remember what the hell I've changed. I'm sure I've changed the buttons for locking it down. Well, yeah, what speed can we do this at? We'll test it now. We'll go for, right, will that work? That should have locked it now at 12 miles an hour. Hey! Good, good. Right, yeah. The default key bindings for the MR, what's it, cruise control, is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll have presets. But if you are going at a certain speed and you want to assign that to any of those presets, hit control and that number while you're doing that speed and it'll lock it in. Should have probably figured that one out before starting the game, but I didn't think it would be that fast. Probably something I've set up as well. Right then, so Control W. As you can see now, in the bottom corner, this little satellite has a beam on it, so does that one. This means it is on. Right, so we'll hit 1. And then we'll start decorating. And 1 is just a little too fast, isn't it? So we can use the adjuster, knock it down. There we go, Control 1. Reset it now at 8.6. Ah, good. Just missing the edge of the field, but I'm not too worried. Actually, you can. Right, Control and O is for off or on, and it's controlling the little dot next to it, period, which brings up all your controls. So I believe we can press Control and dot. It'll hide the HUD, but keep it active. You press Control and O, turns it off. Right then, see how this works out for us. This may or may not turn. Pretty sure it will. But we'll see soon enough. If we go to the edge of the field, turn off the spray and hit turn. Right, I had to double press it just to engage it. But it should be good now. Is it going to miss the tree? Yes. Should have had a little bit of faith, shouldn't I? There we go, off again. Still haven't put indoor sound in here though, so no point hiding in there. That's all I've been doing all day, is just playing this map. So now I've got a lovely sunset. We've made a good bit of progress though. All those pits are filled up now. Everywhere apart from this field is seeded up. We've even got, I went and bought 23 as well to get some potatoes on the go. I should have used field 10 for that, but I totally forgot. That was the intention. But anyway, that's all canola. We've got barley, corn. This is going to be a week when we're done. The meadows will be ready tomorrow. Obviously the BGA will be ready as well, that's down here. So by the end of tomorrow we should be rich again. Because for now I've had to do a lot of mixing and matching and selling stuff. But we've not done too bad. We've got the 12 grand left. I think we have maxed out the loan now though. Yes, and he has stopped. Oh, not quite maxed out the loan. Back on with it. Just make sure, yeah, he's still engaged, look. Also, if you pop up the PDA, it minimises itself. It doesn't like going up into the F1 help box range sort of thing. You might need to double press again here. I believe the default keybind is a right control and arrows, but I'm not entirely sure. That works on one press this time. Here we go again. I've seen a couple of people on other Let's Plays asking how the GPS mod works. So basically, that's how it works. Did I tell you about the width? I missed the word, didn't I? Right, the A button, auto detect. Sometimes it works, depending on how the mod's set up, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, plus or minus, simple. What are those two? I can't remember. Offset, flip side or tip side? Looks like flip. Again, not played with those two. Never really needed to. But yeah, this is quite a monster of a field now. I've got the trees in the middle of it. I think it looks a lot better. It'll definitely suit our needs. Reminds me of Hagenstad. The first field that you start off with, then you get the one next a little bit further on and the big one just to the right. I can't remember the numbers, but we have those awkward trees in the middle. You can join the two little ones, but you can't really get the one next to it. Not without messing around in GE. Right, here we go again. Two more passes and this should be good. There we go. Obviously the only issue with the GPS mod is if you leave the tractor will stop. And with a spreader on the back like this, if you leave it running, that will empty itself. Well, hell of a mod. Another mod that I'm going to miss when 15 comes out. Hopefully this will be converted over as well. I couldn't even tell you who offered this one now. But a cool mod. Very cool. Right, what we've got on the screen at the minute. Obviously it's soil mod. That's not going to be there. GPS isn't going to be there. Glance isn't going to be there. Operating hours isn't going to be there. The big one just underneath the clock, the MR engine's not going to be there. I'll start off with anyway. Most of the mods I use are just not going to be. Oh well. Let's see, it may not even need the MR engine. It is a simulator after all. If Giants have gone more hardcore simulator, then we may get MR. There's a couple of guys who've been pondering how difficult it would be to have a checkbox when you start in your game, choose whether you want to run MR or not, and have both sets of settings built into the vehicles. That's beyond my knowledge at the moment. Obviously the scripts aren't mine either, so we're just going to have to wait and see on that one. Because I have properly fallen in love with MR. Ah, the V2. I don't know if I've properly shown you the V2 way yet. I think so. I'm struggling to get a washable on it. When I figure out what to put a washable on the damn thing, she will be going for release. With all the usual functions work, I am going to be looking into doing a non-MR version as well. But we'll see how that works out. Right, and obviously to break it off you can press Ctrl W or just steer. And Ctrl O on the numpad shuts it down. Can't see where I'm going. Right, 16 minutes in, we've done this part. Now it's time to bring out the big disc. We'll park you down here. Ah yeah, cleaned up the grass as well. You can actually see the all-rounder now. So hopefully there'll be no more things that I feel I need to change in this map. But it is a nice map on its own, just little bits niggle me. Right then. So we can stick this guy on auto attractor, but with it being trailed, it's a bit of a pain until you get 3 headlands, I think. So we're going to have to do it ourselves. Are you in the ground already? You are. Up and cute. Is it? Ah. Very strange. Quite know what it was up to then. It's dropped itself again, look. Interesting. Very interesting. Right, so pop that up, pop that up. Obviously this is not the working width we need. That is perfect. Right then. Offset's on again. So 0 the offset. And she's good. Control W. Yeah. Drop it. Hit 1. That's not too bad. I think we can actually get a bit more out of this one. So I'm getting out at the far end, then we'll have a go with that turn 90 degrees. I wonder if... What's that one? Ah, rotate the course left, rotate the course right. Is it just me, or should that be left and that be right? Right, let's rotate rather than move. Is that just me, or is he not actually working? It's not working, is it? Ah, that's a shame. Oh well. Now, if he's not going to follow it, he's not going to follow it. It's strange because this guy works with cosplay. Oh well, I suppose we could use it as a guide. But might as well just do the work ourselves. Stick some lights on there. Ooh, laggy. Ah, I forgot this had orange lights. Awesome. Proper old-fashioned bulbs. I'm playing about with the RGB colours in Giants. But I have no idea what that reflection is on the front at all. This mod originally was a 1250 before I turned it into a 52 as best I could. It had a forestry frame on it, but the forestry frame is now completely gone, so I don't know why there's still a reflection there from the light. Oh, there is. It is what it is for now. I'm not too worried. It's been a cool little mod. I don't know if I'll bother trying to get it into 15. But she served a purpose here. It's been a good learning curve. It's 13 for me. But we'll just have to see how we get on for 15. Hopefully there won't be too much different. I'm just starting to get a very basic feel for scripting. And if they change it all, it's going to screw me up. I'll be back to square one. I suppose I'm too far in at the moment, but I'm further than I was. I'm just starting to get the hang of Blender and enjoy Blender, and that started playing up for me. That's a shame. If you remember me saying about, I should have actually lifted that then when reversing it. Oops. That would have broken it. We've got to brake on this one. There's the rollers at the back, tines. Well, actually, I suppose it's all rollers this one, so maybe not. It may have survived. There's not actual tines on this one, so maybe this can go backwards without disintegrating. Nice, and the lights on there, that's pretty cool. Yep, sunset's gone, fading a bit now, I think she's going down. It's 9 o'clock at night. Right, we're 22 minutes in. This is literally the only field I have to work at the moment. Waiting for herbicide. Well, I'll probably need to stick herbicide down again tomorrow. I don't know if it was something to do with the straw mod that sent the soil mod a bit weird on birch. Because I know the little bit of testing I did, if you ploughed the ground, you did not see weeds. I think it was the actual harvest day that popped up. So I don't know why they were coming up the day after on birchwood. Unless it's just when they get established. So we'll see, because we've done a harvest here now. See what it's like for the second harvest. Will the problems continue? If they do, I'm going to pin it on straw, the top straw mod not quite being friendly. Well, sorry, pinning it on that. I do have a mod folder full of lovely toys, so it could be any one of them. If a little bit of coding's out on a script, it could affect everything. But there's nothing popping up in the log. So having no sound on this. But yeah, bet this is fun to drive in real life like that. But in real life, obviously, you could lean over and see the edge. I can't, and I'm well into the verge. There's no ridge markers on this cultivator either, so just gonna have to suck it up. But we can get the two headlands down and stick him in an auto combine. Let Chris have a go while I go get my tea. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, this one, guys. I may split it up. So obviously this is going to take a while. This is the only thing I've got going on at the minute, so there's nothing else to jump to, nothing else to monitor. Literally nothing else to do apart from tidy them up. So just get this cultivated, unleash the seeders, and fast forward it to tomorrow. Obviously we've still not got anywhere near enough manure or liquid manure to have a good go on these fields with fresh stuff, so or the organic stuff, so we're just going to have to synthetic it again. I hope I've got the money. Yikes. Oh, silage bales. So yeah, may put some of the baling on camera again, may not, may just crack on with it, because you've all seen it before now. There's only so many times you can see something and it starts to get a little bit boring. I find it does anyway. It's nice to break it up, because in real life you're only doing sort of ploughing, tillage work at certain parts of the year. Then you move on to, well, obviously harvesting, then there's the baling and clearing up, then you're back on the tillage again, then seeding, well, fertilising as well if you're using organics. Very different. In farm sim, you go through it that fast, you're straight back onto ploughing and tilling again within a few hours. Well, in theory. I say I've spent nearly all day on this. It's a little bit quieter than normal. The short person is with us, but she's currently tucking into a tea. I think I've timed it perfectly to try and get away with a video. I imagine she'll get vocal again when she finishes. I wonder if we can get away with 2 headlands. So that's quite a lot of space now before you hit those other trees. I may give it a go. And Auto Tractor is actually better at going up and down than it is going round and round, as long as your implement's big enough. So I think after this time we will let Terry take over. This is the Auto Tractor HUD if you've not seen it before. Similar to Auto Combat, we've got some more features. I've not actually played about with them, I just stick to the basics. Up or down, or round and round. So what's that work width? Yeah, I just stick to the basics. That's on and off, that's up and down, round and round, that's which side it's turning to. So I'm going to be spinning him round, having him work his way back towards the farm. So we're going to need him on that way, up and down, on, good. But that's going to only mean 1 headland down here, isn't it? So yeah, we'll have to have him working away from the farm. Minor problem. It's better to get that headland in than find him wrapped round a tree. So most of the time you could untangle stuff, but if one collision glitches through another collision, they're not coming apart easily. I'm guessing the short person has now finished her tea, or at least decided she's had enough. There actually seems to be a very faint line we could follow there, look. That's about perfect, isn't it? That'll do it. For this pass anyway. So I can't actually start the seeding until this guy's done as well. It wouldn't be too bad if I was doing it, but with Terry in charge, he will hunt down the seeded part. if the guys catch up with them, and there's going to be 2 of them running around. I bought another seeder as well. Keep forgetting to lift it, don't I? There we go. She's off the floor now, supposedly. Ah, I've got the tractor selected. Now it'd lift. Oh well. Right, let Terry take over. Just get out of the way before he cultivates us. Just me, or is he going fast? Yeah, he's going nearly 9 miles an hour with it. Well, he knows what he's doing. So we'll come over here. I do believe... There he is, look. Oof, right. There. Aha. This is what I'm using to make the driving lines. The Suprema. Don't know if there's any other name on it. No, just the Suprema. It's on the mod list. A cool little thing, just has 2 big teeth down the bottom. But that'll be getting put through after the seeders are finished, because the 9 meters tend to remove a lot of the driving lines. Yeah, we'll go put the fence. Well, we'll put the cavern in the way. The fence, the one that's been doing the driving lines. Ah, that was silly. And we'll keep an eye on the biogas, because as soon as those bunkers are ready to go, that Volvo is going to start digging in. I suppose it would help if the Volvo was actually at the biogas, wouldn't it? So you can see the error message saying it's at the waiting point. I'm just not been paying attention. Come on. A little bit further, that'll do. It's just so, well, so we're not going to need any more lime now until after the harvest in theory. However, we will need to get the Patriot in for every field. So that's all this lot. We didn't manage to get 17 this time. Maybe next time. Alright, so stop driver, reset course. Transfer, farm to BGA. Nearest, yeah, first. Head forth. Do like the sound of this vent though. Really do. I don't know if you guys have actually seen the field with the driving lines on it without crop going through it. So this near side goes a bit funny because it's put on by cosplay, but the rest of the field I think looks cool. Check that out. Looks like you're looking down from Google Earth. They're done. 23 does have a driver on, you can barely see it. 12 does, 10 does. Just waiting on field 7. And obviously 17 in the future. That's going to have to be done like that, up and down that way. Because otherwise he's going to start trying to get through those trees. If he doesn't anyway. A couple of headlands will be good, I think. When the time comes. I figured there'd be a tree somewhere. Take him back down here, pick up the Suprema, wait patiently. Yeah, Terry seems to be doing fine there. See, he lowers and raises it. Oops. Again, I can't go around with the driving line until everybody else has finished with the field. Otherwise, they're just going to hunt down the driving lines and recultivate them or reseed them or whatever they want to do. Right, where's the Volvo? Let's see how this fermenting's going. Hey, the thing with the cosplay and the steering axle, you have to set them slow. Same with the rear steer. He's at 8 now. Put him up a little bit. He'll start to get a bit silly. He's doing quite well at the minute. But I actually tried it to speed the game up, getting him around before, because he was waiting at the BGA when I bought that pressure washer, and he was zigzagging left, right and centre. It was getting bad. He's keeping his feet fairly slow at the minute though, so he should be okay. Yeah, he's actually monitoring his own speed pretty well. That's because that was the field speed. There we go. Yeah, following a straight line, nothing's going to go to miss there. There you go. See how he's zigzagging? Trying to hit the waypoints, but the actual steering on the loading shovel isn't fast enough to keep up with it. So that's not too bad, that actually went well. Could have maybe started it early, it could have gone peak tongue, but we got away with that one. Either way, I will slow it down. Reset that into the BGA for bunker 1 unload. Pick up the big alert. Press the right button helps. Right, just wait patiently there. Oh, I haven't actually set these guys, so I'll show you this while we're here. Right, loading position, obviously on the floor. About there should do. I hope so anyway. I'll find out. I might not actually. Ooh, that could be fun. We'll see. Transport position, that's an easier one. Just doesn't pull it back far enough, does it? May need more adjustment here. Transport, yeah, that'll do. Right, pre-unloading. It's going at the BGA ground hopper, so it doesn't have to be too high. That'll do. And high tips do work with courseplay, so we'll just flick that over like that. Unload. Job's a good one. Right, I'll stop you there, because until these ferment up, you've got nothing to do. 75. That was 62 around 8 o'clock, so it's getting there. A few more hours. Maybe even by the time I finish that field. 4, isn't it? Yes. He's making good progress though. Just what I like to see. Right then guys, I will... Oh, actually a minute to 40 minutes there. Right, so I'll end this episode here guys, hope you've enjoyed it. It's getting a bit dark, but I wanted to get this field done by tonight, and I did say I'd show you it. So those are the plans for it. It's going to be seeded with wheat. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully with a load of money. See what we get up to. We definitely need to fertilise and possibly spread herbicide, see if any weeds pop up. So there's got some field scouting to do right there. And yeah, we'll see about the baling and what's going on at the BGA. So thanks for watching guys, catch you next time. Bye.